Coming up on this episode of Free Lunch.
You better be like, I would be offended in you as your boy to find out you hanging with me every day, but your freaking kid ain't got no clothes or
what's going on?
Like, yeah, I'd be like, bro, you backwards, fam. Like, what? Hold up. And it got some laces in these joints. What?
If you want your friendship to like stay like relevant or whatever, like try to work with like be in the same business or something.
That could be a gift and a curse, though.
Yeah, it's like when I was doing certain things, like sitting there like feeding her, or changing her diaper, or like doing certain things, and I'm like comparing what my life is like to like what my friend's life is like without a kid, and I'm just like, it's just crazy. Sometimes I guess when like I get in my feelings or whatever, when I feel like people aren't supporting me or like I'm not getting as much.
This joint looks so clean, yo.
Thank you.
I'm seeing like video. I'm like, yo, this dude literally is stitching this shoe together. It's Free Lunch with a special thanks to our sponsors. Gun Safety 203, firearms training for youth, beginners, and advanced. Get trained the right way the first time. Visit gunsafety203.com. The Michael Stroud Team, real estate excellence. They get you what you want. Visit michaelstroudteam.com. Home Stretch Travels, providing reliable transportation for business, university rideshare, even your treasured pets. Day or night, work or play, when you need a driver, visit homestretchtravels.com. And don't forget our brand placement sponsors this season, Dobie and Rollins Orthodontics. Excellence, excitement, and empathy, helping you love your smile. Visit www.dr-orthodontics.com. And Daddy Butter, handmade, all natural hair and skincare made with love by dads. Visit daddybutter.com. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Freestyle Gospel, aka The Real Free, with another episode of Free Lunch. And today, yo, I can't wait till my man to show y'all this fire because he brought some fire for y'all. I forgot to even ask him, but he did anyway. But yo, welcome my man to Zai in the building, y'all. Give it up for him. What's good, man?
What's up, man?
Thank you so much for coming through.
Too, man.
Yo, yeah, we was laughing before the show because I was telling him I swear this dude was from like Milwaukee or somewhere like mad far away, just from us here in Connecticut studio. Anyways, but I hit him up. Actually, I was like wrapping up another session the day I first came across your page, and I was doing a test video, testing some equipment. So the video camera was looking at me on the couch while I was just like scrolling on social media on my phone. And when I found your page, I was like, I meant to send it to you too. So I saw like the page and I was showing the camera. Like, I was like, yo, this dude is like fire. I was like, I'm gonna see if he's local. I just sent him a message, sent him a message, and then find out this dude is like right here.
Right around the corner.
In the backyard of the studio, man. So again, thank you for coming to Zai, man. So let the people know what it is that you do. I know it might be a bunch of things, but let them know what it is you do, man.
Well, I'm a footwear designer. I do a lot of other things too. I do like 3D modeling, 3D animation, graphic design. Like I like to draw. I get into a lot of different things.
So when you say that like the 3D, do you mean like 3D printing?
No, like
or like the actual design and stuff.
But like in the computer, I go and like make 3D models. Like I can make 3D models of shoes, people, and then like I make animations out of them. And then if I wanted to, like I could put it into a 3D printer and then like make like figures.
Have you used like a 3D printer before? I always wanted to see how one of them things.
Yeah,
work. They seem like they like mad just expensive, but I think they're getting more and more cheaper like as the technology gets older.
Yeah, because my first experience with it was actually in high school because my shop was I had a workshop. It was called Mechanical Design Engineering Technology, and we made like blueprints for people that were manufacturers, and we tested out the 3D printer, and we made like little like objects and like tools and stuff like that. And then my second experience was probably like during college. I don't remember if my school had it, but I know I ended up buying one, and it was probably like close to $500, and then I wasn't doing something right, and then my prints just kept coming out bad, and then I ended up sending it back. But like, I would like to get another one to try some more stuff. Because,
try it again.
Yeah, because like with footwear design, a lot of people are like getting into it and making like shoes out of like 3D printed material and stuff.
You know what? I feel like, so my point of view when it comes to at least shoes is I'm always seeing on social media people simply just like taking already done shoes, like Air Force Ones and like, Jordan ones, and just, revamping them, like customizing, right? But I came across your page and this dude is literally, I ain't gonna hold you. I swear the first time I saw one of the images of your shoes, I thought it was just another like revamp joint.
Yeah.
Like he just customized some like other just, latest shoe that's out there.
Yeah.
And since I'm not like a, crazy deep in the shoe game or whatever, I don't know like when they come out with a new shoe and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm like, so like that's how clean the shoe looked, bro.
Thank you.
When I saw it on your page, I'm like, oh, okay, we got another dude customizing some shoes. So then I kept going down the rabbit hole. Like I kept looking. Then I'm seeing like video. I'm like, yo, this dude literally is stitching this shoe together, Pete. Like what? So then I like went to the website. So now I done left Instagram. Now I'm like a whole like investigative PI. Now I'm like, let me look on this website. Yo, my man is legit making his own sneaker, custom name, like your own brand, like different designs. Like you got more than one design sneaker. I am like totally baffled but amazed by that, bro. First of all, like how old are you?
22. Gonna be 23 this year.
This dude's gonna have me melt more into this chair. 22 years old. Where did this come from? Like, were you originally, did you start off just like another shoe customizer, just taking some Jordans?
No. Nah, it was always.
You never started out like that.
The way I started, do you want me to go all the way into that right now? Or
how did you, like, look, people want to know, like, how did you start with getting into, like, deciding I'm going to do my own sneaker rather than just go the route? Because I imagine you're a sneakerhead. I mean, you like sneakers.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
Okay, so what was the birth of that for you?
So it was probably like around like 8th grade, around that time it was like a lot of kids would pick on you for not having some shoes that like were not Jordans or Nikes or something that was fresh. So that was when I started learning about like different shoes, learning all the Jordans 1 through 14, which is the ones that people like the most.
Yep.
And then I was just learning about like Nike shoes too and like the tech they would use. And then I started playing basketball. I was on the team. So I wanted to learn like what shoes was the best, and then my favorite player was LeBron at the time. So I was learning about like his shoe, and then like learning like his shoe got all these different techs and specs. And I was like, I didn't know like a shoe it's more than just a shoe. There's like so much to it, and that was like what intrigued me. And then I was like, you know what, like I was always like a creative person. I always like remaking stuff. I just realized that about myself. So like whenever I gained a new interest, I would remake it. So like I like to watch wrestling and stuff. I always draw them. I had the action figures. I'll do like stop motions and stuff like that. And then
so you wasn't just like these shoes is fire. I'm gonna see, I gotta get that gator skin leather or like you were actually looking up the technical specs that make the leading brand sneaker what it is.
Yes.
Like what's like, so for instance, just give me an example. Like what's one of the shoe specs that the average person probably doesn't know about that really
the
makes
average
a shoe
person doesn't know
that makes
about?
a shoe a good shoe?
There's like different materials they use in the upper, and then it's like there's some that makes it more flexible, some that makes it more sturdy, and it's like it's kind of obvious
that like move with your ankle.
Yeah, like or
as
with
you're
the whole foot, but like with Nike it was specifically because like they engineered different things and then they give it their own name. So like it's something called fly wire. It's like it's simply just a wire, but it's like it's something that's thin but it's strong and it's durable. So like it I
actually have a pair of running shoes that's called Nike Flywire.
Yeah, it has Flywire in it, so it's like it's something that's lightweight, but it keeps your foot what's the word? But it tightens
Stable.
around your it's
support.
Stable.
Like
it supports your foot nicely, and it's like stuff like that just amazed me because it was something so simple, but it was like it was like creative and innovative to do something like that. And then like just like something people that probably don't realize is like the shapes of the panels, like they're shaped in a specific way to like support your foot a certain way, and that was just like something.
So the shape of the panels actually have a practical purpose.
It's not just
design.
Nice, it's.
I'm just thinking it's the shape like that because I'm supposed to look fly, man. Like these.
Nah, it's to support your foot a certain way, and then
wow.
The reason, like how I got into it, I started like sketching Nike shoes. I would sketch Nike shoes, but I was sketching my own designs just with swooshes on it and stuff. And then I was like, you know what, this is like these sketches are getting boring. And at the time I was already doing video game design, so like I played games, and I was like, I had my own ideas, so like that's why I got into that. And then I was like into video game design, so I was into like 3D modeling already. Yeah. So then I taught myself how to 3D model sneakers, and then like that got boring.
Yourself how to 3D model sneakers.
Yeah, and then that ended up getting boring.
How long did it take you to teach yourself something like that, bro? You just say it so casually.
Yeah, because
I taught myself how to 3D model sneakers. What? Like people go to school for stuff like that, bro.
Yeah, I think it probably I was like around 13, and then it didn't take that long because
3D model sneakers.
Because like I already had an idea of how the program worked, and like it's really just molding out a 3D shape until what you want it to be. And like I had like a good eye for it at the time, so like I was able to just mold the 3D. You start off with a cube usually, and then you just mold that out into whatever the shape is, and then did that. And I just like I go on YouTube for like little things that I don't know, like I had to like unwrap it, make textures and stuff for it like that. And then
all right, so tell me, you're 13 when you start learning this whole modeling part, right? Fast forward to where you then decide to actually have a touching material, physical version of what you're playing around with on the computer. Like at what age was that? That you had your actual first attempt. Maybe it was a failed attempt, but like you first attempted to actually make your own shoe.
So after doing 3D modeling and getting tired with that, and then doing animation and then getting tired of that, I would say the first attempt was actually probably like around my senior year in high school. I don't really talk about it that much because it wasn't even much of an attempt. It was, but it was like I went out to Walmart and I got like all these different little materials and I tried to make a shoe, but it wasn't even something that was like wearable. It wasn't really anything at all. So it was just like I don't really consider that attempt.
It wasn't an attempt, man. You learned something. Did you learn something from it?
I kind of learned something.
It was an attempt then. Yeah. If you learned, it was an attempt.
Yeah. So okay. I would say not even my freshman year of college, I actually started visiting UB's campus. It was right down the street, and they had like a little they had a lab in the downstairs part of the design school, and like they
hold on, is it is that the lab? It's like is it a special name for it?
Shintaro Akatsu School of Design. That's the separate. It's a part of University of Bridgeport, but it's like the design space. Okay. And then they had a workshop in the bottom, and then like I just like it was one of the what is it when you go to an open house? I went to that, and then like I just told the professor about myself, showed him my work, and then like he liked me, and he like started letting me come to the school and just use their workshop while I was still in high school, and like the students there, they knew me and stuff, and I was just getting used with the tools and everything. And then
what high school was you at the
time? I was at Emmett O'Brien, but I lived in Bridgeport still, so
okay,
that's in Ansonia.
Okay.
And then I was just the first thing I made was like it's like this foam, and I was carving it out and stuff, and I made like a replica of like some design that I already had, and then it went from that to I would say my second when I actually got into college, and then they gave us like that big refund check, and I just went straight to buying materials and like supplies, and then in 2019 I had bought a sewing machine, I bought a heat press, I bought all that stuff so I could make clothes and shoes, and then
so did you get to make your actual
and then
like functional shoe this time?
Yeah, it was but it was functional. So I made like it was like a sock looking kind of
You have to bleep that part out.
All right, my fault. But yeah, it was like it looked kind of like a Balenciaga, but like the thing was I was always designing things without laces and without like with zippers and without laces, and people like always thought my stuff was ugly. And then when Balenciaga came out with the whatever they called the runner joints, and then everybody liked those, I'm like, I've been designing the laceless stuff, and nobody liked it. Maybe I didn't execute it right, but like I was already on.
Nah,
like,
it's always the name, yo. That's all.
Yeah, so I made something like that, and then just had my logo on the front, and then like it was baggy, but like I was so hyped because it was like I made it, and I was able to put it on my feet and walk in it, and then I just kept making stuff every day. I was making something new. Every other day I had like a new shoe, and then I just kept working, and I just kept getting better.
That's fire. So you actually brought a couple, right? Before you show our viewers the ones you brought in, what's the name of the models you have available right now?
Right now, I have the T8 Zyoid V1 and the V2, and there's a new shoe that it's on the site, but it's still kind of a work in progress. It's called the TH Laporte.
But that's not for sale yet.
It's for sale, but it's like I like kind of like just putting it out
like
there.
Like a test design to see what the response is?
See what the response is, and then it's like sometimes this thing happens where I make something, and then I keep adding stuff to it, and then it's like people have versions of the shoe that no one else is gonna have because it's like,
oh, you get more visions of what you want to add to it.
So
okay.
Somebody could be like way
I got the first editions, and then somebody else got the fourth edition,
and they got something with these little special specs on it. It's like you always hear these little stories with shoes and stuff like that. Hold on a second.
Yeah,
like you always hear these stories of shoes and stuff, and they be like, oh, this one is like missing this part, but it's really like this was like the first prototype or something like that. And I just think it's cool that people could have stuff like that. All
right, so what are you only bought two, right? Today?
Yeah, I have in a pair on my feet, so I got.
Okay, so what's the models you brought for us today?
The T8 Zyoid V2. I got the Bumblebee colorway and the Tech Blue colorway.
All right, let's see those.
All right. Go ahead.
All right, so this is which one of these?
That's Bumblebee right there.
This is the Bumblebee.
You could call it
well, what's the full name?
T8 Zyoid V2, or you could just say THZ V2.
THZ V2. Yo, this joint looks so clean, yo.
Thank you.
Like,
and I wear my shoes.
Even the way it feels, it doesn't feel like it's cheap or something. Like, this feels like I just took this off the shelf at Foot Locker or something. That's crazy, bro. Wow. I don't know if I'm more impressed just by that, like, one that you like pulled this off, or how just young you are in pulling this off. Like, because we're definitely gonna get into more of just your journey of just kind of. I know the countless amount of failed attempts and frustration that must have come with it. So we're gonna definitely talk about that. But then, okay, so those are the T8 Zyoids.
Yeah, it's the V2. These are both the V2, but this is the Bumblebee colorway. This is the blue colorway.
Same shoe. These are just two different colorways.
Yeah, this is my most recent stuff, and now I'll take the Laportes off so y'all can see.
Is that the same shoe too? Another colorway?
This is a different shoe.
So this is a whole different
new that I'm working on.
Yo, look at the front. Hold on. And it got some laces in these joints. What? Yo.
Yeah, these are still a work in progress. Some stuff that I'm gonna be adding.
So these are not for sale on the site yet.
No, they're up there. Like people can buy it, but
you still
it up and stuff.
You still doing something.
Yeah,
bro. Yo, I am like geeking right now. Yo, these joints is fire.
Thank you.
And these are called
Laporte.
So where do you come up with your names?
So
for this shoe?
There's a story behind both of them. The T8 Zyoid, the way that came about, I was just I wasn't even coming up with a name for the shoes. I was just doing some like research because I was like, why do like certain races have like certain features? Like they say like black people, like they normally got like bigger noses, bigger lips or whatever. Yeah. And then like Asians, like a lot of them, some of them have like really wide calves or wide feet or whatever. And it's like like Indians, it could be their nose and like the slope in their forehead, and it's just like also like genetic advantages, like how black people are usually more athletic sometimes, and then like just stuff like that. And I was like just on YouTube trying to figure it out on Google, and then I kind of got misdirected, and it sent me to like I found a video, but it was more about like slavery and stuff, and like talking about like just
and
like,
this is you're talking about how you came up with the name.
yeah. So
Okay.
they started.
It sounded like you went down to quite a rabbit trail.
I did. So basically it was just a video about like slavery and like how black people was treated and stuff, and it was like saying like how they would call them negroids, and I was like I don't know the names. I was like,
You like that
I like
oid
that
part.
name, but like I know it's probably not a good thing that I like that name.
These are TH Negroids
Yeah,
color.
so I was like
yellow and black.
So I was like
Who want the yellow and black Negroids?
yeah, so I was just like the oid part, I think that's what's making it sound cool. So I went and did some research trying to figure out what oid really means, because it's used in a lot of different words, and I figured out
where they got the suffix from.
Yeah, so basically it just meant it means like the likeness of something. So like a humanoid is like something that has the likeness of a human or robot or something. So then I was like, you know, I could manipulate that and make like a name for my shoes or something. And then I was like, a shoe that has like the likeness of me, and then I came up with Zioid, and then I was like, that's perfect. And then I just tried to make something, and then I already had the shoe, I think, at the time, and I was like, let me put that name to it, because it was like it kind of represented like my style when it came to like shoes and stuff like that.
Yo.
And then
fire.
Then the Laportes, the way this came about.
Laportes, what? That sounds like something French or.
Yeah, it's weird how that came about too. Like it's like some things just happen so naturally. So for this shoe, the way this came about, I already had the design a little bit. Like I was just, because I've been trying to make some new stuff, because I felt like people was kind of getting tired of me just pushing the V2s in their face. So I was like, let me come up with something new. And then I was just doing stuff, playing around. I like doing stuff with like shrouds and like zippers or laceless things. So once I came up with
like
this
front joint, yo.
It was on Easter when I made this model, and I was like asking my daughter's mother, like, what does that look like? Like, I mean, asking her like if she likes it, and she said, is this an Easter shoe? I was like, no. She was like, the front looks like a bunny. So I was like, oh, so I don't know, that's something I could keep in mind. And then I was just like doing some research, because like I didn't know what to call this shoe.
Kind of looks like a silhouette of a bunny head, maybe.
Yeah, so then I was just like doing some research and stuff, and I was like, hold up, let me, like a few days later, I was like, let me look into that whole bunny thing. And then I was like, there's some, it's I forgot, it's Laporte, it's spelled like Leparidae, and it's basically the family of like rabbits and bunnies and stuff like that. So I was like, I feel like that's a nice name for the shoe, and this is also like in the direction of more like, it looks kind of like a designer shoe, kind of like it's more into that direction, because like with this looks more sporty, I guess, and this looks more like a designer kind of shoe. And then that word sounds like, it sounds like you said French or Italian or whatever. And I was like, I feel like that's the perfect name for this, because like this is like the whole,
and it kind of reminds me of that sleek kind of, you know, foreign look kind of
like
to
the
it.
panels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
now I notice, you know, you have some very, you know, unique panel design that I'm seeing on yours. What's the kind of some of the technical reasons outside of just how it looks that you chose to make the panels what you've made them on these shoes?
So
like what are the practical reasons?
So for these specifically, on the lateral, so on the shoe, this is the right foot, the lateral is the outside, the medial is the inside, and then these right here, these two overlays right here, these are specifically to add structure and support on this part of your foot, because like a lot of weight gets put onto that part of the shoe.
Okay.
And then it's also in like this wavy, it's like in a wavy form, and that helps with articulation. So when you're bending your foot,
I can see that.
it's like it has places for it to bend at, but there's still something there giving it structure and support. And then around the heel, like around the ankle area, like this is like kind of like something there just to add support, and then like it's doubled up by this this eyelet right here, and then
what about this thick, like at the heel? It looks like the sole is a little wider or thicker.
So the soles,
I'm noticing a lot of sneakers these days are kind of having that.
Yeah, a lot of shoes are doing that because like it's like impact protection and stuff like that.
Like but, if you're a runner or something, you're doing something right, at least for now.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I wonder if so all of the like stitching like of this thing, like did you have to teach yourself how to sew? Also, or like
I bought the sewing machine and then like I just watched a video on how to loop the thread in because I didn't know how to do that. It's a whole process. You gotta whoop.
This dude is just watching mad video teaching himself. So you didn't go to school for any of this process?
No.
Even because you said you did go to college, right?
Yeah, I went for industrial design, but that's really just like design in general. And I was doing it's like when I was in high school, I was doing everything already, like the type of stuff they were doing. I was like kind of more advanced in a sense than like what we were doing in the workshop. Like I already had like base knowledge on certain things. And then when I got to college, I was already doing a lot of the stuff they were already teaching.
Yeah.
But it was just like they were teaching it from more of a technical standpoint and being more like using more terminology and stuff like that.
Yep.
So that kind of like messed me up because it was boring. It was like I know how to do more than this.
So did you finish a college degree or no?
No, I have a year left. I had to take a break because like I had my daughter and stuff, and then I had to start working and everything. So I'll be back.
So you only have a year left.
Of
school.
Yeah.
And that's to have a degree in what?
Industrial design.
Industrial design. Is that what like other shoe?
Yeah, surprisingly,
is that
like,
what you
a
get
lot of
a
footwear
degree
designers
in?
like
Industrial design.
Yeah,
because like when I hear the word
design.
industrial, I think of like buildings.
Yeah, I
don't think of shoe.
Industrial is really just like business, I guess, but like it's also like industrial is like the general part of it. So like when they say graphic design, you're designing graphics. When you say industrial, it's like just the design of everything.
Got you. Makes sense. So wow, it's so much that I want to ask you, man. So let's say let's start with your family.
All right.
What does your family think of your shoes designs?
Oh, my mom, she supports me with everything.
Yeah.
Like she's like always been extra supportive. Like when I was living with her, it was just like she was always trying to give me money to go buy more materials or stuff or make sure I had like stuff like that. Or she was just like over the top, like, oh my gosh, this is so great. This and that. And then like my brothers and stuff, it's like they're like really nonchalant people in a sense. So it's just like,
well, do they support you though?
Yeah, they support me.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Not, like. Do you have like any family that are like naysayers or like just
nah,
bro, you need to put that away or like you know what I mean?
It's weird because like it's like I feel like everyone like kind of does support me in a way or like positive towards it because it's like I'm doing something that you don't know anyone that does it. So it's like there's no way.
No one. You're my first.
Yeah, so it's like there's no way
you're my
really,
plug.
Like,
you're my when I'm like trying to be that cool guy in the circle of people, I'm gonna be like, I actually know a sneaker designer.
But yeah, like I feel like most people are usually positive towards what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But like sometimes I guess when like I get in my feelings or whatever when I feel like people aren't supporting me or like I'm not getting as much interaction.
And when you say like support or interaction, you mean like
social
people buying my shoes.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any family members that are actually walking around with a pair?
Zioids? My brother got a pair. The thing is, it's just like it takes time to make the shoe, and then
how long?
It's like I could knock a pair out in a day. But like
but on average,
like if I'm gonna like,
because you're still like living life, like you got other responsibilities.
To do, so
you don't do this full time.
Like I always give my customers like a week or maybe a little bit over a week, but I'll be like diligently trying to work on it while dealing with life at the same time. So like a week.
You have a full time job?
Yeah.
All right, so you gotta have that. Do you see any? For you to say to yourself, this is all I'm going to do, what do you think that would take for you? What do you think you would need to say, I'm going to take the leap and just really go full steam ahead and just focus on my shoe brand?
It's
Is there a certain thing you're waiting to happen first? Are you waiting to get, a certain amount of money, a certain amount of followers? Are you waiting to perfect a certain design? Like, what is that kind of list for you in your head?
I feel like that's something I would love to do, but I just know right now is not the right time. But if I had enough designs that
why is right now not the right time?
Because
just
the way things are going right now with what I got, like as far as like the amount of people that's buying my shoes, it's like not enough. But if I had a few designs that were people really liked and people were like buying it enough, then I would be like, yeah, I'll do this full time. But like I would do this full time anytime. It's just that I can't afford to do it right now.
So let me like backtrack or try to recount what you're saying. You're saying right now isn't the right time to 100% invest in my sneaker brand and launch your own sneaker brand and invest all your time full time into that yet, because the quantity of orders coming in is really not, a whole lot right now. Yeah. But if I released the design and a bunch of orders and quantity started going out the door, then that would be the right time. Is that what you're saying, basically?
Yeah, because
So I want to pause you for a second. I want you to consider this, right? You may not. There's a saying that I heard someone say that says, "There's no such thing as the right time. You have to make it the right time."
Yeah.
So when I think, based on what you just said, you ever think or consider that the day will never come where you have all your designs or one of your designs flying off the shelf or getting a lot of order? That day won't ever come until the day first comes that you put 100% of your time into it.
Yeah, that's
like one might be connected to the other.
Yeah, that's what it's like. I think it's because I have that mindset where it's like I feel like it's up to me to like make things happen, to make it work. Like I gotta like
you gotta go jump off the cliff, bro.
Like I don't feel like I'm not like the kind of person that waits around for it to happen. Like I'm gonna make it happen. Like so like I understand that. It's just like thinking about it, like I guess like being realistic, because like I could sit back and design shoes all day. I would do it, but it's just like I could do that, but like I got all these other responsibilities, and it's like I just can't do that right now. But I feel like also I'm in a period right now where I need to like I guess figure out what people like, because like I do design a lot of stuff based off of what I just like, and like people aren't gonna buy anything if it's not like what they like. Or I could also start making stuff that's like trendy or whatever, that's like in style.
Yeah, I mean those are some valid points, man. I think another thing we have to think about, like as creatives, we have such minds that are always thinking of a new creative thing all the time. Like we're not short of that. Like that's an abundance with us. But you said something that I want to challenge any of the other creatives that are listening on the show, or small business owners, entrepreneurs, is really when you're giving an answer to something, right? The one thing, let me first preface by saying this, is you never owe anyone an explanation but yourself, right? But for the sake of conversation, in the sake of argument, and for the sake of owing yourself an explanation, right? You owe your today self, and you owe yourself 10 years from now. 10 years from now, the 10-year older you is going to reflect on this age you and go,
I do
hey,
it now because I started so early.
Right? I would challenge us creatives listening to sometimes listen to the replies or the answers or the rebuttals or the explanations we're giving about why we don't do something or why we are, and really analyze that response. Really think about what you're saying. Because I'm only taking just a little, I'm sure, because I've already been in your position before. I'm sure you have if you were to, somebody gave you a piece of paper and a pencil, you could fill that entire page front and back with reasons why you shouldn't jump forward, right? But something that you said, I'm only going off what you said. You got a lot going on. You used that phrase, and you said you got a lot of responsibilities right now. The responsibilities, in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, are not going anywhere anytime soon. And just from what you shared with me prior to the show, I know you have a small child, right? Let's just take that as one of the responsibilities. That responsibility definitely isn't going anywhere for a long while. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So when we are in our heads, sometimes as creatives and sometimes as definitely as men, as also uniquely as fathers, because we have that provider type spirit in us, right? We could convince ourselves that, nah, I can't do that right now, man. I got too much work. And we can overthink it and get into our head so much and come up with all the reasons why we can't right now. And the thing is that if we pay attention to all those reasons we're giving ourselves, those exact reasons
will be true, basically,
are still going to be in existence 10 years from now. So if we can analyze that and go, yeah, I know that. I know 10 years from now, those same reasons going to be there. And then you say to yourself, well, yeah, I'm okay going to my 10-year-old self 10 years from now and going, I'm okay with that. I didn't expect or didn't even desire to launch my sneaker brand until 20 years from now. Well, then great, have at it, right? But if you know 10 years from now, no, I actually want to be in a much better place growing my brand or whatever it is you do as a creative, those who are listening, it's going to happen. That growth is going to start to happen when you start to do something different. Now, for you, you made another great point, though, that has nothing to do with responsibilities at all, which is a very great, valid point for taking your time still, is because you're kind of tweaking designs, right? Like, I kind of want to do some more, how do they call it in the business industry, like when a company's about to release a new cereal or something. I forget the term they use. They use a focus group.
Yeah.
Right?
I was trying to find,
and because
like
you have a great ability to create 3D models, you already automatically have something tangible, even though you can't touch it, but people can see it. You have a way that you can create models of different designs to then just simply post or share with people to go, hey, you guys feeling this design? Rather than putting all the time and money into actually
something actual
stitching it, and then it's like, people didn't really like that. You can now take time for like weeks or months just collecting data, information about how many people actually like this design. How many people, after they like this design, okay, how many people like these 3 different colorways of this design? I already know they love the design. All right, now it's time to figure out what colors they like, right? So I think, and I wouldn't be even like saying all this stuff, bro, if I didn't think like this is, I'm not gassing. I'm like, yo, I'm not the gassing type, bro. Like, honestly. And I'm also not the like kill a person dream type. So if I didn't really feel taken back by what you was doing, at worst, I'd probably just be like mad low key quiet. Like, you know what I mean? But
I've had that before, and I was like, damn, they ain't really messing with it.
Yeah, like, and look, what I will be keeping a buck about is I'm not crazy about the design of the Zioids. I think I love that design. The, what do you call those? The ones on the Laportes on your feet.
Nah, that's what I love for. I just want people to be honest, because it's like, if you're not honest,
you got to. That's the only way you know how to.
Yeah, where to navigate with my designs, because I could just keep making the same stuff and y'all not really liking it.
You said, y'all not really rocking with your boy. Why did you tell me then? Tell me what you rocking with. No, but I think I'm most just taken back by like, this is a shoe designer, like not somebody just taking some Jordans and like throwing a Louis Vuitton pattern on it. You know what I mean? Like, this is somebody who is right in our backyard community here in Connecticut, man. putting a shoe together, like from their mind, like designs they're coming up with. I mean, I think what's dope about the community or the like public is you guys have an opportunity to kind of influence a shoe designer, a shoe brand right at the beginning of their company, basically. Like, could you imagine? I would love to be able to had access to the address or email, like, because back then they ain't have no social media, but like when Air Jordans was first, when Nike was first becoming Nike, and they was like, yo, we looking for people's opinion about what I think about, like, I would love to have been able to have that opportunity.
Part of that,
You know what I mean? But like, so right here, the way I'm looking at it is like, yo, this is that opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, of our day. Like,
that's what it's like. Me even like reaching out to people trying to collaborate and stuff. I'm like, I don't know if they're seeing the bigger picture or not. I'm like, you don't see where this is going. Like if you
but that's the part, the struggle for you as the creative. You got to make them see the vision.
Yeah, that's how I always been. I understand they ain't gonna see it. Like, so I'm gonna. That's like even with my design, it's like if they don't like it, then I know I got to make something that they like or whatever. Like, I know it's like my job to do stuff like that.
Yeah. And again, you're trying to like balance though the whole business, creative piece, and family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in the responsibilities. Yeah. So like even like speaking of that, like, so how old is your child?
She's 2. She's gonna be 3 in the summer.
Is that your only child?
Yeah.
2. She's gonna be 3 years old. What was that like? Just for becoming a dad for the first time.
It was crazy. It was like I don't know. It was crazy. Like I had,
because you were already like into this.
Yeah.
Like on by then. Like
I had having like a person that you like responsible for, and like it was just crazy that I was a father. Like I never imagined it to happen that early, or like I never even really thought about it in detail, but it was just like when I was doing certain things, like sitting there like feeding her, changing her diaper, or like doing certain things, and I'm like comparing what my life is like to like what my friend's life is like without a kid, and I'm just like, it's just crazy like how life.
What do you mean about that? Like comparing your life to your friend's life who don't have a kid?
Because it's like there's certain things that you learn from that experience, and like things like certain things that you learn, and then like just being more compassionate and being more like understanding, and being more like, you just get all these new senses of like you just get all this new knowledge, and then like you look at your friends and stuff, like they don't understand these kinds of things, or like even with like being in a relationship, or like what is it, like sacrificing certain things or whatever, and it's just like
your time, like you can't just be on PlayStation all night.
Like I never really been a gamer that much, but like,
well, you know,
at this
or
point,
anything,
like, I barely like, I can't even just really hop on like that.
You can't be wilding out at the club every
night.
I
used to play basketball every day. As soon as I got home from school, I would do that, and now it's like after I had my kid, like I couldn't do that, and it was like I was going to work, and like I'll be lucky if I got to play like twice in a month at one point, but like just more recently I've been able to play like a lot more, but like it's just like stuff like that.
How does, when you're like making those sacrifices as a dad, a new dad, is that something that still currently, because you know your daughter's 2 now, but is it something that you're still kind of getting used to with those sacrifices? Like, is it something that's still kind of like you get upset about or down about, or is it like you used to it now, you know, it doesn't matter if I don't get to do this, you know what I mean? It is what it is, kind of like where are you kind of like in that growing process?
I feel like I've transitioned, because before it used to really get me like upset. Like I felt like I had to play every day, like basketball, to be consistent so I could be good. And then after like I went that long period without playing, and then start slowly playing a little bit more, and realizing like I didn't need to play that often to stay good. And like, you know, I didn't need to and then like I just didn't have the need to play that much anymore. And then it was also like playing the game. My biggest issue was like I like to do things when I want to do them, and like as soon as I get that thought, I just got to do it. And it was like that's how I am with like when I'm making like designs and stuff. I get an idea, I got to make it, and it's just like that was like the main thing. Like if I just like to be on the go, like whenever I get an idea or like a thought to do something. It was like I couldn't do that with the new lifestyle I had, but like I kind of got used to it. But like,
Yeah.
I still like, it's just like I got to figure out how to maneuver around it so I could still do it in a way, like just making sure everything is taken care of before I go out and try to do something or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Dang. Well, I mean, you have the support of your family, your friendships. Has any of your friendships kind of over the last 2 years, like kind of navigating fatherhood and like, you know, the brand with the shoes, like have any of your friendships like changed, or have you seen any change there?
Well,
over the last 2 years,
like friendship, it's like,
or are you one of those people that like, I got like no friends, I only got like
it's like
two friends?
I've always, it's like, it's weird. I always say I have no friends, but it's like I do have friends, but then it's like people that I just like, I know, but like we're kind of cool, but it's like the way it was before I had my,
like, do you have a best friend?
No, not right now. Like, I did at one point, but like the way the direction my life was just going into, it was just like, I wasn't really doing much of like, it was just like, everything just kind of got narrowed down, and like, it was just like, I was just doing my shoes, focused on the relationship, work, and then my daughter, and then just like, everything else was just like, I don't know, it was just, everything was just like, it was like pinpoint focus, and it was like, you don't have time for a lot of things, so it was just like, whenever you got time, it was like, what are you going to spend it on? Like, what are you going to prioritize?
Yeah. So it sounds like you're saying like, so the friendships, or at least the one maybe that you might be referring to that was like a best friend, you had less time to do anything with those people.
Yeah.
You had to take the limited time you had now to like more for things that are priority.
And it's like, this is almost going to come over almost anything, but it's like,
yeah.
So.
And that's the thing. Like, I think for me, like, to keep it a buck, I have probably 5 really close friends. In fact, they were the 5 men that were my groomsmen at my wedding. I probably talk to, and I had 2 best men, right? They're my 2 best friends out of those 5. Out of the 2, those 2 who were my best man, this is best man at my wedding, I probably talked to those people. One I talk to almost every day, but that's because we are in business.
Yeah. Oh wait, I heard a saying. It was like something about like friends. Like if you want to like if you want your friendship to like stay like relevant or whatever, like try to work with like be in the same business or something.
That could be a gift and a curse, though. Yeah, that could work against you sometimes. But the other friendship, my other best friend, I probably talk to him once every couple months. I probably actually see him once, maybe every 5 months, 4 to 5 months. But that's my man, because he's busy doing the exact same things I'm busy doing. Putting his family first, working his job that he needs to do in order to take care of his family. And when he's done doing those 2 major things that are huge and take up almost 23 hours in a day, the little time that you then got left, bro, you trying to freaking get some sleep and eat. Like, that's it. You know, so I think it's important for especially us as men and those who become like dads and have that added even responsibility, that your friendships or your best friendships, I think they're still there. I think they're not in any danger to go anywhere if those friends are on the same wavelength that you are. Now, if you got friends that most of your friends are all single dudes with no kids, we out here, we balling every day. Y'all on 2 different course of life. You know what I mean? So those friendships you'll see just end up falling by the wayside over the years. But like I said, my boys, we could go. Sometimes I went one time a whole year, one of my groomsmen. We ain't talk to each other. But dude needed to move, or he was doing a big dinner or something happened in his life. Hit me up. I'm like, oh yeah, bro, I'm down. It's like you'd have thought we talk every day. Because we're on the same wavelength. So the fact that we're not talking to each other every day, we're not taking it personal. We're not in our feelings. I know you busy being a man, taking care of what's important. I'm not important, bro. Like, you better be, like, I would be offended in you as your boy to find out you hanging with me every day, but your freaking kid ain't got no clothes, or
what's going on?
Like, I'd be like, bro, you backwards, fam. Like, you can catch up with me later. Like, I want you to be flourishing in your life over there, just like I'm trying to flourish in mine over here. And then when we do get time, even if it's a long, few and far between, then let's have a great time when we do get to catch up. So, you know, that's the unfortunate reality of, I think, a lot of us entrepreneurs, man, out there, and creatives, yo. Like how we saying before the show, like, we get in our like box, our bubble, head be like just in the workshop, in the grind.
That's what it is too. Like I just I was just like bad at reaching out or keeping in contact, and just so focused on what I was doing and not realizing like you got to put in the effort to like keep relationships going.
Yeah, man. So it's definitely a type of offense that I'm trying to avoid with people. That's why I only let certain people, even in my circle of, like, you know, dudes or like my boys, is like, we all are married and we all got kids. Like, if, like, it's not to say that I don't have friends that don't have all that. It just means we're not as close as my like we, you know what I mean, like other creatives that I come across with, you know what I mean, like how you say, your boy Ray, or other people that I meet along the way, creatives, mad cool. Like, yo, if I could do anything to like help you out, you know what I mean, whatever you want, hit my line, whatever, like, mad cool. There's some super cool dudes I know that ain't married yet, ain't got no kids, all of that. But it's certain things that you just wouldn't understand in my life, like when I gotta tell you no, or I can't go,
not having
or I can't,
the same freedom and stuff like that.
I don't got the same time that you got, you know. So it's like, you know, you pick it and choose it. But you seem like you got a really good head on your shoulder. Like, you see that phenomenon already, you understand it, and it's not something that it seems like you're upset about. It seems like you just understand it is what it is. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for coming through, man. We gotta wrap up at the end of the show, where now, you know, you as our guest, you get to leave our audience, man, with something that's like free food for the soul, the way food edifies the body. We have you leave us with something that can edify the people's spirit, man. Other entrepreneurs that are listening, man, other creatives like yourself, people that might be on they last thread, man. They like, yo, I'm about to say F this. Hopefully it's something that can encourage, you know, the people listening, man. But what would you say is the thing you want to leave the people with today?
It was kind of like we were talking about it earlier, as far as like just doing what you love to do, and doing it because you love it, and that's like what should motivate you to keep going. But something kind of happened today, because like for the past week or so, I just been feeling down about like feeling like I'm not having enough people like support my stuff, and nobody's like showing interest or like trying to buy my stuff or think like And it's like I noticed like it happened today. It's like some things just happen on purpose. I don't know if it happened on purpose just now, but like I always I realize whenever I get into that slump mentally, like I could just go on my old YouTube page and then like look at all the stuff that I created from when I was like 13 and up, and I was just like, it just like reminds me of like how great I actually am, and like not to quit, and how far I've came. And it was just like I'll be sad at one point, and then I watch one video and I'm just like, damn, I did all this. I was thinking like I was really like thinking about the details of this and that, and I was just like, I was only 13 doing this, and I just like remember like how great I was, and like it just like puts me right back on track, and then like I'm ready to like just start doing stuff again. So like I would say like if you're like a creative or someone that designs things and everything, just look back at your work and then like remember like how far you've came and like the reason why you're doing it, and like don't let like the whole support thing get you down, because like that's always gonna be up and down, and like the whole entrepreneurial things and everything, like it's always gonna be up and down. So like just you gotta find a way that find something that would keep So I find something that's gonna bring you back up, so you don't stay in that slump.
Yeah, man. I gotta find a thing that just keeps you happy, that you enjoy, whether you're making money or not, but not without wisdom, not without, all of the knowledge and the things that you are learning along the way, and not to be just careless. But yeah, man, hopefully it's something that you guys are into, that you're doing, that you would do it, how they say you would do it for free. You do it for free. So last question, and then you're going to leave everybody with where they can find you on social media, man.
All right.
Have you put the xyoids to the basketball test?
Actually,
have you played ball in these?
I got a video of me dunking in them, but the whole thing is...
Are you serious?
Yeah, I got old videos. If you could, I don't know if you could show them on the screen. Like, you could go on my Instagram and show them right now. But
is it on your gram?
Yeah, it's
they're gonna follow you on.
Yeah, so the whole thing is it's not a basketball shoe, but like I could get it done. But the thing is, I don't want to tell people to do that because like it's really just a what do you call it? It's just a shoe that
a casual shoe.
Yeah, a casual shoe. You just walk around in it. It's for style, but like all shoes could really be. You could do stuff in any shoe. Really.
Yeah.
But
the question is whether you should be doing that.
You
could dunk in penny loafers. Did you know that? You probably shouldn't be, but
but yeah, I'll be doing my little stuff in them or whatever just to test it out. But I will have like actual basketball shoes coming really soon. Something that's what
I'm looking for.
Yeah,
I'm looking for some actual basketball shoes. I'd love to see your idea of that, man. So tell the people where they can find you. First, tell them the website where they can find their own pair. What's the website? And then share with them where they can find you on social media.
Website, tzaihanks.com, TZAIH, hanks.com. Tzai Designs is everything. My Instagram, Twitter, my LinkedIn, Tzai Hanks.
We're gonna have all the links in the description. We'll put the link. You have a link tree?
Yeah, it's on my Instagram.
So we'll put that in the description.
All right.
Of the episode, so that they'll be able to just click that, and then it'll bring you to his website and on social media. Perfect, man. Again, thank you so much for coming through, bro.
Thank you for having me.
This was so fire, man. I appreciate it, man.
You're welcome.
We definitely gotta connect again soon. All right, y'all. It's free lunch, free food for your soul. Peace.